Hi, this is Sammie Smiles, and I'm your host, Sammie Vance. This podcast is sure to leave you inspired and with a smile. Now let's get right into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Sammie Smiles. I am your host, Sammie Vance, and today I'm so excited because we have Rodney Smith Jr. as my guest. He's the founder of Raising Men and Women Lawn Care Service, and he has done so many amazing things for this world and in his community, and just is a really amazing person. Plus, I got to meet him in person recently, so that was really cool. So thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me, Sammie.
Yeah, thank you. So you have an organization called Raising Men and Women Lawn Care Service, and there are kids participating all over the world. And I'm pretty sure in Indiana, there's been 100 participants, at least from what I've seen. So can you tell us a little bit about that and what inspired you to start your organization?
Okay, yeah. So Raising Men and Raising Women's Lawn Care Service is a nonprofit organization, and we mow free lawns for the elderly, disabled, single parents, and veterans. And we have kids nationwide taking part in something we call the 50-yard challenge. And that's just them basically mowing free lawns in their community for the elderly, disabled, single parents, and veterans. If they accept this challenge, they make a sign saying, "I accept the 50-yard challenge." In return, we send them a white Raising Men or Raising Women's t-shirt, along with safety glasses and ear protection. Every 10 lawns, they get a new color shirt. So once they mow 10 lawns, they get an orange shirt. Once they mow 20, a green, 30, a blue, 40, a red. And once they mow 50 lawns, they're on a black t-shirt they're on a black t-shirt. And I also will drive to them and present them a brand new mower, weed eater, and blower for completing this 50-yard challenge. And to date, we have about 3,000 kids nationwide and even worldwide taking part in it. And yeah, so it's just a small organization that's growing. And it just started one day back in 2015. I was in my senior year of college, and I was coming across this elderly man outside mowing his lawn. It looked like he was struggling, so I pulled over and helped him out. And that night, I decided I'll start mowing free lawns for the elderly, disabled, single parents, and veterans. And one thing led to another, and here we are with a nonprofit organization, encouraging kids to get out there and make a difference in their community.
That's amazing. I love that. And I know that is also not just specifically mowing lawns because it could be like raking or shoveling too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Also, how do you get like all the donations for the stuff that you bring to the kids who accept the challenge?
Yeah, so everything's through social media. So we spread the word out on social media, and that gets kids involved. And people also, they see that and they donate. Like just recently, a gentleman by the name of Neil Hawk, he saw me on Twitter, and he bought a van for the organization just because he saw us on Twitter. And when he was growing up, he used to mow lawns, and that kind of resonated with him what we were doing and what he did when he was younger. And he got our organization a van, and we're very grateful for Mr. Hawk and his family because that van is so valuable and helps us out a lot, especially when I'm out there delivering lawnmowers. Before I had a small SUV and could only fit about 3 lawnmowers in there, and now I got this pretty large van. I can fit about 15 lawnmowers, weed eaters, and blowers in it, so it helps out a big difference. But everything's by word of mouth, and people just support just private donations.
I love that. That's amazing. And I know that along with that amazing organization, you also have a podcast with Yuri Williams, who
Yeah.
was also on my podcast. And it was so much fun because I think, one of your first guests, which was really cool. So like,
Yeah.
so we're switching the tables. You guys first interviewed me, and now I'm interviewing you guys. So your podcast is called Thank Good It's Friday. And
Yeah.
I got to, like I said, I got to be one of the first guests. So that was really cool. And that's kind of, I think that's how we came in contact. So can you tell us a little bit about the podcast and how you and Yuri met?
Yeah, so the podcast has slowed down a little bit. Things got busy, so we went on a few episodes, and we backed off it a little bit. But hopefully we get back to it. But I met Yuri in 2017 when I was on my first 50-state mowing tour. At the time, I was traveling to all 50 states for the first time, mowing lawns for the elderly, disabled, single parents, and veterans. And I was on a gentleman's page by the name of Tommy Norman. He's a police officer out in Little Rock, Arkansas. And Yuri was following him at the time. And Tommy Norman shared me on his social media. And that's when Yuri reached out to me. And ever since that moment, we've been very good friends. We speak to each other almost every single day. and we even done a few 50 state tours together. So we just built a friendship from social media for real.
That's amazing. I love that. So,
Yeah.
um, speaking of you guys, we recently met in
Yeah.
person, which was really cool.
Yeah.
You and Yuri were traveling all 50 states this holiday season to bring cheer to kids with like illnesses. And I
Hmm.
believe it was like your third travel or something like that together. And I would say it's safe to say that you guys put the capital K in kindness. You made a detour to our house actually, and that was really cool getting to meet you guys in person.
Yeah.
And I was happy to be able to donate some of my books that you guys could bring to the next people that you guys were visiting.
Yeah.
And um, yeah, we your donation to for the buddy benches also helped so much. So thank you guys for that.
Yeah.
And I just love the friendship that you and Yuri have and we all have and how we've been able to connect. So can you tell us a little bit about what that specific mission was and how you got again donations for like the toys that you got to give out and yeah, just a little bit about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So that was our third 50 state tour together, and that was my 12th in total. That was Yuri's third. But for this tour, we just decided we do something mainly for kids with cancer and battling other illnesses. We also stopped at humane societies and dropped off dog food and stuff like that. I think 2 years before that, because COVID was last year and we didn't do nothing. But the year before that, we went to all 50 states and we gave gifts to homeless. But this time we wanted to focus more on the kids with cancer and other illnesses. And yeah, so that's what we done. And everything was basically again through social media, putting on the Amazon wish list. And then we knew some ladies in where was it? In Minnesota, a parent of one of the kids that took part in the organization. Every year they buy toys off clearance rack and they store them. And they knew that we was doing this tour. And once we got around to Minnesota, they had a whole garage full of toys waiting on us. So then that really came in handy. But yeah, social media, people were donating, people were buying toys off the Amazon wish list before we started the tour. So without their help, we won't be able to do it. But luckily, there's so many kind people around the world that they might not be able to get out, but if they send something in, that helps us out on our mission, and we're on a mission together. But yeah, it was a real cool tour. We got to meet a lot of kids, and sadly, I think one or two of the kids that we met on that tour passed away. With the one most recent, a young man by the name of Marky in Kansas. He had a skin disease where he has one layer of skin, and yeah, he sadly passed away. But yeah, he's a great kid, and it was an honor to meet him.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that you definitely made a difference in his family's life and his life as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, what you guys do is just incredible. And I know that you guys are definitely making such a huge impact and it's really amazing. And I know, like you're saying, I think you've done 12 countrywide trips and um, that would mean a lot of traveling. So, and I know that you like, um, yeah, you travel a lot, and my mom
yeah,
travels well, she doesn't like travel, just riding around in our city. She uses the GPS a lot, and,
yeah,
um, even then she gets lost. So do you ever
yeah.
get lost or like, and also what's your favorite place you visited so far?
Um, no, I don't really get lost. Like I can go to all 50 states right now without a GPS. And if I knew like the main cities, not I wouldn't know if I was going like directly in a small town. I'd look at the signs of the road. But if I just went on the highways and didn't have a GPS, I can get to state easily. But yeah, GPS really comes in handy. It takes you most of the time. It takes you directly right to that place. And I was thinking, a few weeks ago that the GPS is probably one of the greatest inventions because we as people do so much with a GPS and it gets us to places. And yeah, and what was the other question?
What's the favorite place that you've
Oh,
traveled so far?
oh, yeah, so my favorite state of all 50 states has to be Utah. Utah is a very beautiful state and just something special about Utah that I really like. And I also got a chance to try the staple food in each state. So there's every state I went to, it's a staple food, and I done that for one of my 50 state tours, and that was a pretty cool experience as well.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, I agree with the GPS thing as well. I mean, it definitely helped. My mom would like never find her way around if it wasn't for GPS. But yeah, and I think I don't know if I've been to Utah, so that would be a cool place to visit. But
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
So before we get on to the rapid fire round, is there anything else that you want to add or anything that we didn't cover?
I think you covered mainly the big topics. Yeah.
Okay. So if you're ready for rapid fire, then I am.
All right.
Okay, so I'll just ask you a
I'm
few
ready.
questions and you can answer with the first thing that comes to mind. Okay.
Okay.
So, what's your favorite food?
Pasta.
Nice. Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite animal?
A dog.
If you could have lunch with anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh man. Oh, that's a hard one. I don't. Oh man. God. Yeah. Yeah. God.
Awesome. So do you like raking, shoveling, or mowing lawns better?
Mowing lawns. If you ever shovel snow, that's very hard. That's very
Yes.
difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
So would you rather talk to animals, be able to talk to animals, or speak every language?
I talk to animals. I gotta talk to animals. Gotta talk to the animals. They know everything. Oh, they.
Everything, yes.
They see
So
everything. They see everything.
yeah. Would you rather ski or do you like swimming or skiing better?
Uh, skiing sounds dangerous, so I'll take swimming in a small pool 4 feet deep because I can't swim.
Awesome.
So.
Yeah. No, I have never been skiing and I don't like swimming, so
Yeah, yeah. Skiing you go too quick. It's too quick.
yeah, I know. I'm so scared too. I'm like, I don't even want to do. So lunch, yeah, so I already asked if you could have lunch with anyone in the world. Yeah, I think that's it with rapid fire. So where can people where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, so they can find me on social media on Twitter is I am Rodney Smith. On Facebook and Instagram is Rodney Smith Jr. And that's where they can find me. And then on our website at We Are Raising Men or We Are Raising Women or raisingmenandwomen.com.
Well, make sure to follow him in his amazing journey. And for the last question to ask all my guests, what's something that makes you smile?
Something that makes me smile is helping people. It makes me smile and makes me feel good, It's always good to help people, especially those in need who couldn't do for themselves or even the veterans. I think it's important that we help our veterans because they have done so much for the country and it's only right that we help them out where we can. So yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that's probably the same with me. I would say that.
All
So
right.
thank you so much for being on my podcast. This is really fun
All
talking to you. And
right.
yeah, it makes me smile. This definitely made me smile and so many other people, I hope as well. And yeah, make sure to follow Rodney and his amazing journey. And remember that you don't just have to be an adult to make a difference. You could be a kid too. I hope you have a great day.